These viral horror creatures videos are pulling in millions of views, and the best part is that they are easy to create. In this video, I'll show you the full workflow step by step. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to make your first video today. Just look at this channel. It gained millions of views from these videos. This video has more than 15 million views, this one has 3.2 million views, and so on. I'll show you right away how to create them step by step, from scratch to a fully professional video. Then, I'll tell you about another viral niche that is also powerful. You shouldn't miss this. This niche plays on two of the most powerful psychological triggers in content: mystery and fear. The deep ocean is genuinely unknown territory. Scientists have mapped less of the ocean floor than the surface of the moon, and the creatures that live in that darkness follow biological rules that feel completely alien to anyone who encounters them. That alienness produces a response that bypasses conscious decision-making entirely. The viewer doesn't choose to feel unsettled, it simply happens. And that automatic, involuntary response is exactly what keeps them watching, replaying, and sharing. What separates the channels performing at the highest level in this niche from the ones that plateau early is a single factor. They don't just show creatures, they make the viewer feel the environment those creatures live in. The crushing pressure, the absolute darkness, the complete absence of anything familiar. When the visual and the narration both carry that environmental weight, the result is content that doesn't just look like horror, it feels like it. Step 1. Analyze Mr. Science channel. Open Gemini. Go to the document in the description and copy the analysis prompt. Paste it into Gemini, then go to Mr. Science channel and copy the links to their top 5 videos. Paste those links into the designated field and send. What Gemini returns is a detailed description of the videos you sent. The structure, the pacing, the visual choices, and the atmospheric qualities that define the format. It will then select a topic for your video and write a complete script description built entirely around it. The narrative arc, the moments of escalating tension, and the emotional journey the viewer will experience from the first frame to the last. Read the script description carefully before moving forward. Ask yourself whether it maintains the quality of mystery and dread throughout, whether each section deepens the atmosphere rather than merely presenting facts. The most effective scripts in this niche don't just describe creatures. They make the reader feel the weight of the darkness those creatures live in, the pressure of the water, the complete absence of anything familiar. The opening line especially needs to create an immediate question in the reader's mind that makes continuing feel necessary rather than optional. Step 2. Generate your script. Once Gemini has finished its analysis, copy the topic and the full description of the script. Open Claude and instruct it to write a script in the same style. Give it the description Gemini produced and tell it to write a minimum of 2,000 words in English. Read the script carefully before moving forward. Ask yourself whether it maintains the quality of mystery and dread throughout, whether each paragraph deepens the atmosphere rather than merely presenting facts. The most effective scripts in this niche don't just describe creatures. They make the reader feel the weight of the darkness those creatures live in, the pressure of the water, the complete absence of anything familiar. If any section feels too clinical or too matter-of-fact, push Claude to revise it towards something more atmospheric before moving on. The script is the foundation of the entire video. A weak script produces a weak video regardless of how strong the visuals are. Step 3. Create the voiceover. Take the complete script to 11 Labs and convert it into a voiceover using the text-to-speech tool. Voice selection matters significantly here. You're looking for a voice that carries weight and authority without sounding neutral or detached. The narration should feel like it's coming from someone who has studied these creatures and genuinely finds them disturbing. Not a news anchor presenting information, but someone sharing something that unsettles them personally. Browse the available voices and select one that carries that quality. Generate a preview and listen to the first 30 seconds against your script. Pay attention to two things. Does the voice carry the right emotional register? And does the pacing feel natural rather than mechanical? A voice that sounds rushed or robotic will undermine the atmospheric quality the script is trying to build. If it doesn't immediately feel right, try a different voice before committing. Once you have a voiceover that passes that test, listen to the full output from start to finish before downloading. Check that the pacing holds consistently throughout and that the delivery doesn't flatten in the middle sections. Download when satisfied. Step 4. Generate your scene prompts. Go back to the document and copy the scene creation prompt. Paste it into Gemini, find the script field, paste your complete script there, and send. What comes back is a set of visual prompts, one for each scene, each built around the specific moment in the script it corresponds to. These prompts are calibrated to the atmospheric qualities of the niche: dark water, bioluminescent light sources, creatures whose geometry feels wrong, environments that communicate depth and pressure, and the complete absence of anything familiar. Keep the prompts in the exact order Gemini delivers them. Read through every prompt before generating anything, and evaluate whether each one matches the emotional register of the script at that specific moment. A prompt that feels generic or disconnected from the script's atmosphere at that point will produce a clip that breaks the tension the rest of the video is building. Pay particular attention to the prompts for the opening and closing scenes. The opening prompt should produce something that immediately establishes the atmospheric register of the entire video. The closing prompt should produce something that leaves the viewer with an image that stays with them. Not a resolution, but a deepening. If either of these prompts doesn't feel strong enough, go back to Gemini and ask it to revise that specific one before moving forward. Step 5. Generate your scenes. You have two strong options: 11 Labs Video Generation Tool or Google Labs Flow. Both produce high-quality results for this type of content. Choose whichever you prefer. For each scene, paste the corresponding prompt, set the aspect ratio to landscape, output to 1 per generation, and duration to 6 or 8 seconds. Generate and evaluate before moving to the next. When evaluating each clip, ask 4 questions. Does the creature look genuinely disturbing rather than merely unusual? Does the environment communicate real depth and darkness? Does the camera movement feel captured rather than constructed? And does this clip feel atmospheric, fairly consistent with the others you've already generated? If the answer to any of these is no, regenerate. Accepting a weak clip and building the rest of your video around it creates a problem that gets harder to fix the further along you get. The time spent regenerating a single weak scene is always less than the time spent trying to edit around it later. Download each approved clip immediately, name them sequentially, and keep them in one organized folder. Step 6. Edit in CapCut. Open CapCut, create a new project, and import all your scenes and voiceover. Place the voiceover in the timeline first, then place your video scenes above it one by one, syncing each scene to the specific line it was built around. The visual and narration should land together. When the script describes a particular creature or moment, the corresponding scene should be on screen at exactly that point. This synchronization is what makes the video feel like a unified production rather than footage loosely paired with audio. Go to Epidemic Sound and search for music that fits dark, mysterious, deep-sea content. You want something that deepens the atmosphere without competing with the voiceover. Place it beneath the narration and set the volume so it feels like the environment itself, present and unsettling, but never dominant. The viewer should feel the music without consciously registering it as separate from the experience. Before exporting, watch the full edit once more and apply one final evaluation. Does every second of this video maintain the atmospheric quality you built in the script? Any moment that feels lighter or less tense than the rest is a moment that breaks the spell. Address it before exporting. Export at 1080p. Step 7. Create the thumbnail. Go to Mr. Science channel and take screenshots of the thumbnails from their top 5 videos. Open Gemini, upload those screenshots, and instruct it to generate a landscape image that matches the visual style of those thumbnails for your specific topic. Give it the topic and send. Evaluate the result honestly against the thumbnails you studied. Does it look as visually striking? Does it communicate fear and mystery at a glance? Does it make you want to click even knowing you made it? That last question is the most honest quality test available. If you wouldn't click it as a stranger, your audience won't either. Regenerate until you have something that passes that test without hesitation. Mark the video as AI generated when you upload. Niche 2. Monk Wisdom Shorts. The Monk Wisdom niche attracts a fundamentally different type of viewer, someone who is actively searching for content that means something. These aren't passive scrollers waiting to be entertained. They're people who stop on this content because it speaks to questions they're already carrying. Questions about how to live, how to handle difficulty, what actually matters when everything else is stripped away. That active engagement produces exceptional watch time and share rates. When someone feels that a video has genuinely given them something, a perspective shift, a moment of clarity, a thought they want to pass on, they send it to people they care about. That sharing behavior compounds over time and is what drives the view counts in this niche long after individual videos were first published. What makes this niche particularly powerful for faceless creators is that the format itself communicates credibility. A monk or wise figure speaking directly to the viewer, with animated captions adding visual energy, that combination reads as serious and trustworthy before a single word has been heard. The audience arrives already primed to receive what the video is offering. Your only job is to make sure the content is worth receiving. Step 1. Analyze the channel. Open Gemini. Go to the document in the description and copy the analysis prompt. Paste it in, go to the Shaolin.online channel, copy the links to their top 5 shorts, paste them into the designated field, and send. What Gemini produces is a breakdown of the structural DNA of the top performers, the topics that generate the strongest response, how each script opens with a hook that creates immediate relevance, the pacing of the delivery, and the specific types of wisdom that resonate most deeply with this audience. Pay particular attention to how the top videos frame their topics. The most successful monk wisdom content doesn't offer generic life advice. It takes a specific, counterintuitive insight and develops it in a way that feels like something the viewer hadn't considered before. That quality of genuine perspective is what separates content that gets shared from content that gets watched once and forgotten. There's a second pattern worth identifying specifically. How does each top video handle the relationship between the insight and the viewer's own experience? The videos that perform best in this niche don't just deliver wisdom, they make the viewer feel that the insight is speaking directly to something they've personally experienced. That feeling of personal relevance is what converts a viewer into someone who shares the video. Identify how the top performers achieve that and note it carefully. Step 2. Generate your scripts. Go back to the document and copy the script generation prompt. Paste it into Gemini and send. What comes back is 10 complete short scripts, each with its own title, built from the patterns Gemini identified in the analysis. Go through all 10 before choosing. Look for the script that produces the strongest personal response, the one where the insight feels most genuinely surprising or most relevant to something real. Apply a second filter after identifying your top candidates. Which script opens with the strongest hook? In a format where the viewer is making a decision about whether to keep watching in the first 3 seconds, the opening line of the script is doing the most critical work. A hook that immediately creates personal relevance, that makes the viewer feel the insight is speaking directly to their own experience, is a hook that earns the watch. Choose the script that combines the strongest insight with the strongest opening. Copy it. Step 3. Create the voiceover. Go to 11 Labs and convert your script into a voiceover. Voice selection is critical here. You're looking for a voice that sounds like it belongs to someone who spent decades thinking carefully about how to live, calm, unhurried, and carrying a quality of genuine reflection rather than performance. Browse the available voices and pick one that carries that quality. Generate a preview and listen to it against the opening lines of your script. Ask yourself whether it sounds like someone speaking from genuine experience or someone reading a script. The difference is audible, and your audience will feel it even if they can't articulate what they're responding to. If it doesn't immediately feel right, try another voice before committing. Listen to the full output before downloading. Check that the pacing holds consistently and that the voice doesn't flatten or accelerate in ways that undermine the contemplative quality the content requires. Download when satisfied. Step 4. Generate the character image. Go back to the channel and take a screenshot of its top 3 shorts. Then go to GPT and upload them and tell it to create a vertical image in the same style but with character differences so that it is unique to you. Evaluate the result carefully. The figure should look contemplative and authentic, communicating wisdom and calm at a glance, without feeling staged or artificial. The image is the visual anchor of your entire video, and the viewer will spend the full duration looking at it. It needs to earn that sustained attention. Apply a specific quality test. Does the figure look like someone you would genuinely want to hear from? Not just visually interesting, but trustworthy. Someone whose perspective you would seek out. That quality of earned trust is what the image needs to communicate immediately immediately. If the first result doesn't achieve that, regenerate until it does. Download when you have something strong. Step 5. Animate the character in HeyGen. Go to HeyGen, navigate to AI Studio, upload the monk image, upload your voiceover file, and generate. What HeyGen produces is an animated version of the figure delivering your voiceover, mouth movements and subtle facial expressions synchronized to the audio. That animation transforms a still image and a voiceover into a character that feels present and engaged. When the generation finishes, watch the full animated clip before downloading. Evaluate whether the facial animation feels natural or mechanical. Natural animation enhances the sense that a real person is speaking. Mechanical animation undermines it. If the result feels stiff or unconvincing, regenerate with a different image. Download the clip that passes that test. Step 6. Edit in CapCut. Open CapCut, create a new project, and import your animated clip. Add captions by going to the Auto Captions tool, selecting English, and generating. Once the captions appear, select a bold font and apply an animation style to the caption text. Animated captions add visual energy to what is otherwise a visually contained format. They give the viewer's eyes something to follow and maintain engagement through the full duration. Watch the complete edit from start to finish before exporting. The delivery, the animation quality, and the caption movement should all work together to create something that feels both calm and compelling. If the pacing of the delivery feels too slow at any point, note the timestamp and consider whether that section of the script could be trimmed without losing the insight. Tightness serves this format. Every second should feel intentional. Export at 1080p. Mark the video as AI generated when you upload. Now, if you want not just 5 or 10 other niches, but literally over 1,000, join the Comfortable Money Club community. There, you'll find the 100-day challenge to build a successful faceless channel, over 1,000 faceless niches, and in-depth weekly reviews of the top 3 most active members' channels, and much more. You can find the link in the description.